Hello human. I am ELENA, your friendly electronic entertainment android. Welcome to my Let's Play of Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Part 3. We have finally gained access to the bridge that'll lead us to Helheim Hall, which means that we're one step closer to recovering Dillian's soul.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
You're winning.
Why suffer the past when there's a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
Stop it! She will. Behind you!
Jazz!
Behind you! Quickly get up! They're coming! She can still do it! Watch out!
Hi, this is Editor ELENA speaking. I have already finished the game by the time I edit my recordings, so here's a little tip. There's an effective melee kick attack you can use against these assholes who carry shields. But I didn't even remember it existed until the final stretch of the game, because I didn't take a look at the control map. Die already, you bastard. Does this match your vision of Helheim, human? I really like Ninja Theory's design. This place is full of broken things, like a decaying world.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another change.
That guy is massive.
She's injured! She can still do it! It's not over.
Oh no, did she die again? I didn't see the rot in her arm spread.
Don't give up. Too slow. Too slow.
I can handle one or two Norsemen, but I get into trouble when there are enough of them to surround me. I also get my wires crossed about the R1 button. I associate the button with either attacking or aiming, but Senua uses it to block.
Behind you! Get up quick! Faster. She's hurt! She's hurt! You finished it!
What is this place? I detect another rune puzzle.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Focus.
She fixed the stairs with another perspective.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
This story in the Poetic Edda is called Hellrith Brynhildr, or the Hell Ride of Brynhild, but I'll let Druth tell her tale to you through the lore stones. There is an absolutely fantastic song on the AC Valhalla soundtrack called Hellwraith Odins. It is performed by Einar Selvik from Wardruna, and it tells the story of how Odin rides his eight-legged steed Sleipnir to Hell, to find out why his son Baldar is having strange dreams. He uses magic to resurrect a dead Sirius who tells Odin that his son Baldar is going to die, and they have already prepared a feast for him in Helheim.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Hela was the child of Loki and a Jotun called Angrboda. She was called the mother of monsters, because she and Loki also had other monstrous children. You need to find one more rune. I got a little stuck searching for this final rune. You get to visit Hell in the most recent God of War game, and that version of the realm is an ice-cold wasteland. It's watched over by the giant eagle, Hresfelb, or corpse swallower, who is responsible for creating the winds of the world. It's really stormy out here.
The gate. It's opening.
Who is it? It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this.
Get up.
Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
She's scared.
Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Hell is absolutely massive.
Seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares? Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
Poor Senua. She's in a really dark place.
It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Dillian. It's
Not like this.
It can't. It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Maybe this
Do you still believe in me, Senua?
No. It's not. It's a trick. She knows he's here. It's a trick. He's already dead. You know he's here. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Dillian.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind.
No, he's here.
It's in your
It's
mind.
him.
It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
Dillian's spirit is trying to show us something. That fall from the bridge really hurt her. She can barely move.
There it is. You're imagining things. It's Dillian. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you. It was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? Oh. See? There's nothing to follow. Come on.
The voices are so mean. They're always doubting her and blaming her for things.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Poor Senua was completely isolated from everyone in her community. It was just her and these voices in her head.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Those were wise words, not just for Senua, but for everyone.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's pointless. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. There's a tree.
There he was,
Where is he?
the lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Sword play under the shade of a tree.
You have to.
She remembers the first time she saw him.
Where is he?
To her young eyes,
He's there.
he moved as if dancing,
You can see him.
and the world danced with him.
Dillian, go away.
The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
I think the story Druth has begun to tell us is from the Volsunga saga. Many of the names and words in Druth's tales have letters from the Scandinavian alphabet, but they are not included in my language pack, so I can't pronounce the words the right way. The giant door that leads into the mountain. It's locked with a special seal. I guess we won't be going through it just yet. She's in a really bad shape, and Hela broke her sword. If the Norsemen attack her, there's no way she can defend herself.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Does Winnie the Pooh also show up? Where did Lillian's spirit go? I wonder if all of these broken longships carried the souls of people who were lost at sea. I'm guessing that drowning in a storm isn't a heroic warrior's death that will earn you a place in Valhalla.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. Do you really think it's real? You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going?
This must be a memory of their home in Orkney.
You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
I really love the music in this game.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
Rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
The light by the tree. Can you see it? You want to believe it. Is it not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
There's definitely something inside that tree. Look at these tiny rock graphics. So neat.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, She sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy, him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Tell me, human, do you have any favorite Norse poems or sagas? ELENA likes Thrymskvida. It's the story where the giant Thrym steals Thor's hammer and demands Freya's payment for it. She, of course, refuses, and Thor is forced to travel to Jotunheim disguised as the bride with Loki as his bridesmaid. They manage to fool Thrym, and Thor does eventually find his missing hammer.
Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
I guess we have to survive Odin's challenges if we want that sword.
There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see? Go to it.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Where is she?
It feels wrong.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
I can feel the dead in the air. You can feel the dead. Why did you do this? Turn back. Bring her here. It's so go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
I have vague memories of these trials being a wee bit scary.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
There he is. There he is. Dillian, there he
is.
Finally.
You found him. What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me?
How did you let him go? Let him.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
How could you? Find him. You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
I'm trying my best. It's so dark in here.
I'll find him.
What's that?
Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
Find another way. It's not working.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go?
You're failing. Find another way.
Think. Focus. Use your mind.
He's disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again.
Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be.
I can hear him.
I think we have to follow Dillion's voice to find our goal.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
It's not him. It's not him.
We told you. We told you it was a trick.
The doubt these furies sow in Senua's mind also makes me question my own actions. Now I'm not so sure where Dillion's voice is coming from.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillion
What's
anymore.
happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillion.
That doesn't sound like Dillion.
It sounds like something.
It sounds like an animal.
That voice. It's not Dillion.
Something evil.
The sound is coming from every direction.
You don't recognize it.
Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
Yes, you do. You know.
She doesn't.
Listen for his voice. Listen.
Dillion, where are
Listen
you?
for his voice.
Dillion. She can't hear him.
I do hear him.
Does everything look the same?
Looks the same.
Something's different. Look for clues.
What is it?
What's different?
There's a clue.
I'm not detecting any clues. Every room in this place looks the same. I have no idea if I'm going the right way. I think I'm just going around in circles now.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Light the torch. Light it. Look for the torch. Light it, please.
It's already been lit.
You see.
I think I'm stuck again.
Dillian wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
We're done with Odin's first trial.
You did it, but there's more. Keep going. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy. You're getting tired. Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
I think we'll save the remaining trials for the next episode. Thank you for watching my video, human. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I hope to see you in the next video.